Hello, my lovelies. I want to share with you my little crochet knit project that I'm working on. If you guys followed before, I did my ridiculous idea, my impossible project where I made this beautiful shawl, big old shawl that I love so much. I wear it all the time. 100% wool, great in the winter, not so bad in the summer. It's just a really nice, the colors are really pretty. And I did that all from a pattern. And then I got it into my head that I needed to replace one, I need gloves. I have a hat. My neighbor up the street made me this lovely hat. I wear it every day. Um, and I was just like, I need to replace my cardigans, and I want to sew my own cardigan because cardigans are expensive. And I wanted it out of wool and not cotton. And then I also was like, oh, I got a book with some patterns to make some gloves, but I had never knitted in a circle or crocheted in a circle. So I was like, that's tricky. Anyway, so I got started on this one, and I started out. The colors are a little funky because I bought this yarn on sale. It's 100% wool. Apparently, it's called a. It was considered a bad dye batch. The colors didn't take the way they wanted, so they sold it for like 50% off. But it's 100% wool, so it's going to be really warm. Um, it's a fingering weight, yeah, or DK weight. Anyway, so I have this green and this red, right? So I was like, oh, okay, that's not so bad. And I started with this knit and purl pattern, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, but it was taking a long time, and I was just learning to knit. And then I switched over because I was getting tired of that stitch, and it was taking a long, long time. And I switched colors because I decided this green was going to be the border at the bottom, and then I started doing this fish stockinette stitch up the back. And then I got about halfway up the back, and I realized um, with this fishnet, I was like, I need to start making the curve for the sleeve because I don't have a pattern. I do not have a pattern for this cardigan. I'm literally just sort of making it up how I think it should be. Okay, so this is the curve for my arm. See, big curve arm. This is the back half of the cardigan. Um, so I've got that stockinette stitch, and then I topped it off with a griddle stitch, which I decided I really like the pattern of. Um, about halfway through it, I realized I was probably doing it backwards, but it still looks really nice and does what I want, so I'm just going to leave it. Anyway, and on the side panels for the green, I decided I'm I made a double thread of that green. I have these little balls of gray. So I mixed the green and the gray to make this color, which I think is really nice. And this is a herringbone half crochet. And I'm making this the side panel that's going to go under the arms because I feel like that will be a spot that's really stressed on a cardigan. And I want it to have a little more weight and structure than the back to help hold it. Once again, no pattern, just oh, I know I need a back piece and I need two side panels, I need two front panels, and then I'm gonna have like a strip that goes around the front, like where your collar is, and I think I'm gonna add a hood to that part. Once again, no pattern, just eyeballing it. So because what's the worst that could happen? I'll have a very lopsided cardigan. That's fine. I'm lopsided. It doesn't matter. So here's the sleeve. This is the back neck. And see how wide it is? It's like I wanted to make sure I had like the biggest cardigan in existence. So I just made it massive. Like it is massively wide. And then I'm gonna make so right now I'm making the other herringbone side section. Isn't that such a pretty pattern? Anyway, so I'm making the herringbone. It's a herringbone uh, half, half stitch or something. Anyway, so that is that project. The idea is that this half will be the opposing side to this, which will get attached on this side here. And then I'll start working on either the I don't know either the front panels, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. It's just all playing by ear. Uh, but I wanted to share that with people and let people know that that's what I was working on, and when I'm not doing the writing bit. So let me know if that's like something you guys actually want to watch. I could go live and we could work on it. I don't know. I do a lot of like I watch TV uh, while I'm doing the crocheting. I've seen a lot of videos lately of people recording their crochets, and I was like, do people really enjoy watching that? Like, is that a thing that you guys want to see? I'm not a professional. I'm not particularly good. I'm sure anybody watching me do my things will be like, why is she doing it that way? It's terrible. Why is she doing it that way? And I'm like, I'm doing it that way because I taught myself from videos and reading instructions. Um, and and just one of those weird, hey, I could probably figure that out kind of situations. So no real practical experience, no real training, only mild tutorage from someone else going, yeah, yeah, that's about right. And the audacity to think that, yeah, I don't need a pattern. Patterns are complicated. Yeah, I'm not reading the patterns because honestly, it's hard for me to understand what's written in the pattern. Because I have to go and I have to look up what all those little abbreviations mean, and I don't want to spend so much time learning. I want to spend more time doing. I don't actually want to spend all this time looking up the instructions. I just want to get into it and mess it up a little bit and see what I can make. And I'm okay if my cardigan's crooked or the stitches don't match, or I have to go back and redo a big section because I didn't quite get it right the first time. I'm okay with that. You know, it's all right. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's made out of wool. It's gonna be warm either way. I mean, and one stitch at a time. That's how I do it. One stitch at a time. Do, 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 do. Anyway, so that's what this is. And for those of you who are following on about the writing information, um, I'm going to do some more uh, videos on POV. I'm going to have like one or two more videos. No, I'm going to have one more video on POV. And then I'm going to move on to either world building, choosing your settings, or character creation, which are some of my favorite parts of the writing craft. But POV is very important. I thought of a really good exercise for it, so uh, I just thought I'd let you guys know. But yeah, this one's all about. So I really like the herringbone. It's a reversible, so either side looks great. It's got much more. So it got a lot of give, but it's denser than the knitted ones, so it can hold up. It can take a little pressure. You know what I mean? Which I think for those side panels, that's really important because um, that's where like so a lot of the tension is. And I probably might use the herringbone as like go up around as like a border, so that the connected material that holds like the pieces together is um, harder, more durable. That's my idea. Anyway, let me know if you guys want to watch more of that, and I will make some videos about the crocheting and knitting process. Not that I'm any good at it, but you'll at least get to watch me mess up, and you might enjoy that.